Fiat currency is money that's issued by central banks and what we use day to day as means of exchange, store of value, and unit of account, underpinning the global financial system. That's the stuff in your bank and in most fintech apps. Stablecoins are crypto's version of fiat money and sometimes also referred to as digital fiat. Stablecoins are designed to be less volatile than regular cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin or Ethereum, making them easier to spend, store, or save. The concept is that each unit of a stablecoin is equivalent in price to 1 unit of the corresponding fiat currency. For instance, $1 of stablecoin should always be worth $1 of that fiat currency, so on and so forth. This is called the peg, and it's maintained by the issuers of the stablecoin. The issuer is the person or entity that creates the stablecoin. Issuers can create stablecoins in any blockchain they prefer, including Ethereum, Solana, Algorand, Polkadot, etc. And the first stablecoin that was ever issued was BitUSD back in 2014, which was a crypto-backed stablecoin on the BitShare blockchain. Examples of where and how it's used include companies that have started to accept payments with stablecoins as they are easier to account for in terms of cash management. They're also used as trading pairs for other tokens and cryptocurrencies in various exchanges. Once you sell your cryptocurrencies, you don't need to off-ramp your money and can use stablecoins to keep your reserves on-chain. So how does it work? We can think of stablecoins as tokenized versions of regular money. While there is no commonly agreed taxonomy for stablecoins, yes, we're that early, we tend to classify stablecoins depending on how they work, and they can work in 3 different ways: fiat-backed, asset-backed, and algorithmic. Fiat-backed is when the issuer of the stablecoin can maintain a treasury corresponding to the exact amount of stablecoins that are issued. They do that by holding cash deposits, bonds, or other equivalent instruments that are exclusively denominated in the fiat currency of choice. These are also called collateralized stablecoins. Examples of this type of stablecoins include Circle's USDC and Tether's USDT. Investors should always be able to exchange 1-for-1 of stablecoin because the issuer maintains this collateral. Asset-backed is when the issuer of the stablecoin maintains a treasury of different assets, including cryptocurrencies and other forms of digital assets, which are priced in the corresponding fiat currency to which the stablecoin is pegged. Because these assets are usually more volatile than cash deposits, issuers carry more of them than what they issue in stablecoins, like $1 issued for $2 or $3 in reserves. So these are also known as over-collateralized stablecoins. Examples of this type of stablecoins include MakerDAO's DAI and Fei Protocol's Fei. Algorithmic is when the issuer of the stablecoin uses an algorithm to attempt to maintain the peg. For example, some create a stablecoin and a counterpart asset. One is stable and the other one is volatile, and the relationship between them is given by supply and demand. Investors can exchange the volatile asset for the stable asset to maintain the peg. These are also called under-collateralized stablecoins. A recent example of this type of stablecoin is Terra's UST. Although a freer type of stablecoin, maintaining the peg as part of a dynamic, near real-time algorithm is a hard task in troubling markets. We can also discuss how centralized or decentralized these stablecoins are, as different organizations tackle governance in different ways. MakerDAO, the issuer of the DAI stablecoin, is one of the longest-running and successful DAOs, a decentralized autonomous organization. Decision-making is done by voting across holders of the Maker governance token. The same is true for the Fei stablecoin and its Tribe governance token issued by the Fei protocol. Circle, Tether, and Paxos are centralized companies that issue stablecoins. Their decision-making process is centralized. All of them run atop a decentralized infrastructure, such as the Ethereum, Solana, and Polkadot blockchains, so you can argue that all of them are a form of decentralized money. As early as we are, stablecoins are shaping up to be the new financial rails of Web3, with the likes of Stripe, Visa, MasterCard, and Twitter working to incorporate them in the day-to-day business. Stablecoins are not to be confused with CBDCs, the central bank digital currencies. While countries and central banks are working to determine what type of CBDCs they will work with, crypto has already moved ahead and is making stablecoins this transitional mechanism between traditional finance and DeFi. At some point in the near future, most of our money will be on-chain, and stablecoins are the way that we will interact with it as part of our daily lives.